Good morning, everybody. Man, I am super excited for today. We are jumping right into the Bronze Age. I think we last left off with us just getting like some tin and copper, and today we are just diving right in. And I spent a little time in between the live streams gathering some resources. That way you wouldn't have to watch, just several hours of me mining copper and tin. Really lets us just kind of dive into getting our bronze stuff up and going. And yeah, I'm super excited about it. It's like the first major tier of stuff. Got myself a nice fresh cup of coffee here. Although it is cooling down pretty quickly, I can tell you that. Okay, so checking the live feed, make sure that it looks all right. Looks pretty good. We've been getting as much of this stuff going as I can in yeah, so you can see we've got some tin and copper in here, and then we've already smelted all of this. This has taken a little while. It really has, but it's totally freaking worth it because this game is so much fun. I don't remember if I mentioned it or not. Like, my one complaint that I have about this, about the UI for this game is that, like, putting items into a kiln, like, you have to press the E key just like over and over again. So here, I actually have a script set up on my mouse. So I just hold one of the extra buttons, and it just fills up all of my stuff. Presses the E key just a ton of times really quick. All right, so that is going for now. Let's split this. That way we can keep coal in two different stacks here. And yeah, so let's just dive right in. We're going to need 3 stacks of stuff. Now, we're going to have to be encumbered as we kind of move around and kind of do some stuff here, which is a little unfortunate. But we should be able to just throw the stuff on the floor if we have to. Let's see. So I made ourselves a forge, which did require... Let's see. Where's the resources for that? The forge is 6 copper. So I did have to use 6 copper for that, but that's not too big of a deal, especially when we have as much as we do. So it's 2 copper for each tin. We can make up to 5 at a time. So we're just going to go ahead and craft all of this bronze. I wish, again, this game is in early access, but I would really like a craft all option. We just like hit craft all and not have to sit here and click over and over again. And as we're clicking, if you click while it's crafting something, it actually doesn't work. Let's see. Let's pivot our character over, throw this down. Yeah, so if you start crafting something and then click craft again, it actually cancels your craft. So you can't just sit there and like spam click. It's a little frustrating. I probably should have looked to see what we need to make some of this stuff. So the very first thing we want to make a pickaxe, and we want a, let's see, where's it at? We're looking, oh, right up here, the axe. So we're going to need some wood and some leather scraps. So I also went exploring. Let's take a look at the map really quick. I did a little bit of exploring. I just followed the coastline from our base over here. So here we are. Here's our base right in the center. And then I just went down south. I got a whole bunch of copper right in here. I think it was actually right over here. I died over here thanks to a troll. He just beat me to death. But then I went running down here and just kind of did a big loop-de-loop and came all the way back around to like this peninsula here and then came home. So just kind of exploring, trying to figure out exactly what we have access to and stuff. I've got a bunch of wood here that I've just kind of stacked up. So we're going to grab that, and we need some leather. So we've got this, but we don't have enough deer hide. So that's kind of a problem. That's the one thing that we're short on right now. And actually, I'm going to... Let's just put a chest right here. Why not? That way we don't have to throw our stuff on the floor when we're over encumbered. So we got ourselves our axe. That's first and foremost. Then we need a bronze buckler. I know that there's probably a bit of temptation to, temptation, not temptation. I don't know what temptation is. Temptation to make a bronze sword here. Bronze swords, not that great. Not that great, actually. It's kind of unfortunate. They're good. They do decent damage, but most mobs are... It's just like, that's the damage that does okay damage to everything. So it's not perfect. It's not great. Let's see. Let's see if we can get our... We have... I swear I have a chest with, old armor in it. Yeah, this one will do. This will do. So let's drop that in there, and we're also going to put our axe in there. And we're still over encumbered by probably a pound, right? Yeah, literally 1 pound. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to split this stack. We'll put that in there. There we go. So now we need to make ourselves some more bronze gear. So pickaxe, we need 3 core wood, which I have right up here, I believe. Yep. I went and I just chopped down a bunch of trees while we were out and about, and just trying to get us ready for this episode, trying to get some of that really repetitive, just constant mining and chopping down trees out of the way, so that we didn't have to, so you wouldn't have to deal with just watching it constantly. There we go. So the pickaxe, the nice thing is, it costs a lot of resources. The bronze, each one of these bronze is pretty heavy. I don't know what's the total weight on these. 12. So they're 12 whatever units, kilograms, pounds, I don't know, each. But the stuff that we actually make out of it is way less. This pickaxe costs it costs 10 bronze, which is 140 or 120 kilograms or whatever. But the pickaxe itself is, where'd it go? Oh, it's right here in our inventory. So it is only 2 pounds. So it's really, really efficient to do that. I did make a couple of antler pickaxes. That way I just had more durability and stuff. But we are going to try to upgrade some of our gear. Let's see. So the pickaxe is going to need another core wood and some more bronze, which we shouldn't have any problem at all with that. Let's see. Where are we at? So we need to make some bronze armor. I do not have enough deer hide, so that's a little unfortunate. So we are going to have to hunt some deer. What about... Oh, actually, before we do anything else, we need to get over here and we need to cut up this birch tree, this birch log, because we need fine wood. This is the whole reason that you should get the bronze axe first, is specifically, well, I mean, 2 reasons. 1, it just chops stuff way faster than a regular axe, and 2, it gives us access to fine wood, which you just have seen all of those recipes pop up. Fine wood is used for all of those. So let's just go ahead and cut down a couple more of these guys. We're not going to be living here, so I don't mind if we deforest this a little bit. We're actually going to be looking for a more permanent location for a home. Something closer to the water. That was kind of the reason that I went scouting out and around the entire island that we started on. But I haven't seen the whole island yet, because finish chopping this down. Right. Make sure that isn't... Oh, well, hello there. Let's take care of these guys real quick. We're going to be making a mace. We're going to be all sorts of stuff with all the wood that we chopped down. But the island, I still haven't gone up and around here, and then I haven't gone down across the bottom here. So I'm not sure if this is going to loop around and we're all on the same island as the Elder. I'm not entirely sure. That would be pretty cool, not having to jump on a boat and go over. But we now have access to the Carve, which is the first real boat that you get. Oh, we are, our inventory is a little full. So the carve, let's see, I'll let you see what it looks like really quick. So here's what the raft looks like, kind of. You can kind of see it. It's just kind of like this ugly little thing. And then the carve is like an actual boat. So this is the first actual boat that we have access to. And it looks like it needs a bunch of deer hide too. So we will have to do some hunting. But the reason I wanted to grab the fine wood is, let's repair our stuff. We want to, oh, actually it might be over here. And we'll see if we can find the fine wood bow. There we go. So this is the first bow that we get to make that's actually really accurate. The first bow, the regular bow, not all that accurate. It's oh, we need core wood from up here. Let's just go ahead and drop some of this in here. We have 39 fine wood. That's pretty good. And then let's grab, we'll just grab like 14 of those. And, oh, while we're over here, might as well fill this back up. Now, one thing to keep in mind, something that I mess up all the time, is that regular wood and core wood and fine wood can all be turned into charcoal or into coal. So just like, don't do what I do sometimes and just fill up your charcoal kiln with like all of your valuable wood. Just set that stuff off to the side, get it out of the way, then you don't have to worry about it. Let's see, so we need, drop these back off. Let's just grab that, and we're carrying too much, probably because we've got all of this copper. There we go. So yeah, as we progress through the game, we've got like different workbenches. We've got the standard workbench, we have a forge. Later on, we'll have other types of workbenches too, but the other ones are used just for crafting things like out in the world. It's kind of like we need this workbench here to be able to like put walls up and things like that. So that's what the regular workbench is for. The forge is also used for some things, but yeah, there's not a whole lot that there's not a whole lot that we need, or like that the other crafting benches let you do. You can't craft anything in them, and if you can, it's like 1 or 2 items. It's not very much. It's just for progression's sake. It's so that you can't build stone structures without a stone cutting workbench. And then once we have a stone cutting workbench, we can actually, holy moly, it's dark in here. Once we have the stone cutting workbench, then we can actually do some stuff with it. So we've got our bow, we've got a bunch of flint head arrows, so that's going to be good for hunting. Let's go ahead and drop off this guy here. The pickaxe, it's just an extra pickaxe at this point. And another nice thing about crafting stuff is that overnight when you sleep, your kiln and stuff just kind of goes. They keep going overnight. A lot of stuff doesn't, but those do. So that's very, very helpful. Let's see what we need to make a cultivator, but I want to do that a little bit later. So we need a knife, or sorry, not a knife, a mace to replace our club. So let's drop our club off over here, and let's grab a bunch more stuff to make some more bronze. And we still have nice wood in our inventory, so let's not do any of that just yet. Where is it at? There we go. So let's grab another stack, another 2 stacks of these. That way we can just make a bunch more, another 30 bronze, and we can then use it to craft some other stuff. But we do have to go hunting because we are out of deer hide, so we're going to need that to make a boat. So we'll probably do a little bit of hunting, and we'll then, what? After we do some hunting, we'll go look at a possible home for us. There is a place that I was kind of looking at, and where, man, I just keep losing stuff on here. Oh, we need regular wood. Okay, well, let's throw these guys in there just to give us a little bit of extra space. And we need some regular wood. Let's see. Gonna need all of this. And here we go. Got ourselves our mace. Now we can, I think I said before, we can upgrade all of these. But right now, because we're making the jump from unupgraded previous gear to bronze gear, like the damage is just so much better. And if we look at the club, it was doing 24 damage, and we're now doing 35 damage. Like, it's just straight up better. Like, in every way, it's just better. So we're not gonna have to worry about like upgrading it just yet. We're not moving into some harder areas. We're still in the same areas we were before. But yeah, so let's get our charcoal kiln going again. Get all of that going. Let's make sure that we fill up. It's a little bright. Get that guy filled up. And let's just throw some more. Let's throw some more tin in here. Why not? We're going to have to get it all smelted up eventually anyway. But yeah, so we've got just a little bit left. Let's drop this off. So we need to do a little bit of hunting. We need, let's see. So the bow is pretty cool. Like, you're getting your aim closer and closer and closer. It uses stamina. So that's one thing to keep in mind. If you're trying to kill something big that's chasing you, you're probably going to need to be like super careful with that. Because they're just going to keep chasing after you, and your stamina is going to go down as you're trying to shoot them. This is a little trick to like stack your wood. So when you're making either wood or rock piles, it always has like the place it's gonna place it on one edge, so you can like rotate stuff around and like fit them into each other. This lets you just put tons and tons of stacks of wood here, because you can't stack on top of other stacks of wood. You're gonna have to actually set it off to the side, so you want to just kind of nudge it in there nice and close. All right, now that's fine. We're good there. I always forget to check until it's too late to make sure we don't have any valuable stuff, any valuable wood in our inventory, because, well, I just forget stuff. All right, and then, oh, I didn't mention, I made a cart. These things are pretty cool. You get right up to the front of it. You walk up and you hit use, and it attaches to your waist, and then you can like run around with it. But it actually is affected by weight. Like, your physics, the physics of the weight of stuff is like way kind of a pain in the ass. So it will, once it weighs a lot, it just becomes a pain in the butt to actually move stuff around. And this is where I get caught in like a loop. Is it like, it makes something, so I come over, I pick stuff up, fill it back up, and then I just like stand there forever and don't actually do stuff with it, with anything else. So we are going to go do a little bit of hunting, because we're going to need a bunch of deer hide. But while we're doing that, we're going to like hunt along the coastline here. And while we're doing that, we're also going to kind of talk about some possible home locations. I don't remember. Is this yeah, it's a black forest. You can see that up in the very top right corner. I'm not even sure if YouTube is going to show you very well. Top right corner of the map, just white text says black forest. So it's kind of a pain for you guys to be able to see exactly what I'm looking at. I've got my home away from home right here, because this is where I was doing a bunch of copper mining over here. So we'll probably head towards that way. There's a couple of places to make a home that way. And we're going to go ahead and get our bow ready. And the nice thing is you can equip and unequip certain arrows. So you can have like flame arrows. You can have like other types of arrows that do different things, like poison arrows. And oh, he's running. So we're gonna save that arrow. We don't have infinite arrows. We do have to actually make them. So let's try not to waste any arrows. Yeah, so like I usually carry around a couple different types of arrows, like probably wood arrows or flint arrows, because you just get so many of them. And then like later on we can actually get like other types of, got him. We can actually get other types of arrows, like better arrows. And then like, what is it? Birds? Yeah, birds we kill and we get feathers, and I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I'm hyped this morning. I love like getting into this part of games when we're like, when you're moving into the next progression and you're just waiting to get a little bit of resources. Like, it's just, to me, that's like a lot of fun. It's like the addicting part of these games is when you're actually getting to like the next category of stuff, your next tier of gear and stuff. I get super excited and I just ramble on about stuff. Yeah, so let's see if we can stop scaring that deer that's just running away from us. We keep walking right towards it and it keeps seeing us and running even further. The AI in this game, I'm sure that there's going to be some stuff that's going to change, but yeah, the AI is not great. Oops. Well, there goes that arrow. The AI is just kind of weird. It doesn't do a whole lot of stuff. Like, mobs will just kind of run away from you, and then they just come right back to where they were, even though you scared them off. Like, that's just kind of a weird thing that they do. I'm not entirely sure why. But hopefully that gets fixed. Hopefully it's, I don't know. It's a game. It doesn't have to be realistic, but it's just weird to, like, startle a deer, have it run away from you, and if you just sit crouched for a little bit, it just runs right back to you. Oh, come on. Man, that's just, it's so annoying. The attack animations in this game, you can't angle them. They're always exactly straight in front of you. And it just doesn't work. Just doesn't work all the time. You just kind of punch the ground and hit the ground and, oh well. It's fine. Another deer. I can hear him kind of making some noise in the background. Let's go ahead and grab, nope, never mind. Bird flew off. Shooting the birds give us some feathers so we can make more arrows later. But really, arrows, like even the base arrows like these ones, they just do so much damage. Oh my goodness, I don't know what that was. That was a it was a very bad shot. Very bad shot. We did end up losing our, we had a was a flint spear. I ended up losing that at one point, just shortly before I died. We got chased by a troll, and I was like trying to throw my spear, and then he chased me off of where my spear was, and well, we never got a chance to go back and get it. So this was one area that I was kind of looking at as a possible place to start a base, because it's got nice deep water. So when we build a longbow, we don't have to worry about that. But I'm not sure if this is like where we're going to like really set up camp. Hello, Mr. Deer. You just gonna walk right into me? Nope. I have no idea what you're doing, Mr. Deer. Hopefully you slowed down. I missed. I hit a rock. But yeah, so this right in here, I was kind of thinking that we would try to build something, but we're gonna need a bunch of stone to really do it properly. Whether we like move the coastline out a little bit and then build on top of that, or we use like stone walls or something like that. But it's just kind of a like a decent area, but it's also just it would require so much work to even start building. So I'm not sure if that's gonna work. There we go, another deer. Yeah, hopefully we can find some 1-star and 2-star deer here. The higher the level of deer, the more deer hides we get from them. So that's less arrows, I guess, fewer arrows for the pedantic out there. And yeah, less time spent running around. But this was another spot that I was kind of thinking we could do something with a base. Maybe like level out the ground here, put some pillars here, and then like actually attach to these pillars and maybe have like an above ground base with like a spiral staircase around the outside or something. That'd probably be pretty cool. But I'm not too sure on that either, because we don't have access to stone, which means that building up that high and out this far is like really tough. We could probably do it with like some iron. Once we get into the Iron Age, we just got into bronze, so it's going to be a minute. But if we got into the Iron Age, we could probably do some stuff. But one of the problems with building on a coastline is the size of waves that this game has on certain coastlines. So I don't know if we're really going to see it, but sometimes the waves are just absolutely enormous. Like really, really big. And I'm hoping we can actually see some, so you can kind of get an idea of why building directly on the coastline could be, like in a shallow area like this, can be a pain. Because there's just like so, like the waves just like crash up into your building. Anything that's made of wood takes damage. It won't break your base per se, but it will drop a lot of the wood on your base down to like half health. So you can see like these waves crashing up over that rock, right? Like these waves are just massive. So if we just have our base and it's not built high enough into the sky, like, or like we don't build the ground up high enough, those waves will just deal damage to all of our all of our structures. And then the game has these events that happen where I heard some lightning. I'm trying to look out. We can see Thor with Mjolnir. Like, really, I shot a tree. That's actually pretty impressive if you ask me. I just shot and killed a tree. I guess that's one way to harvest wood, is to just shoot the trees. I didn't realize you could actually shoot a tree and destroy it. Yeah, and then sailing in these seas is a little dangerous. It's not too bad, but like if the wind is pushing your sails like directly across. I mean, look at how tall that wave is now that we're out here on this rock. This was another area I looked at possibly building, since it's a little bit smaller of a cove than that the other one we looked at. But this one, you can't really see it right now, but it's got like some huge rocks like out here right in the middle. So we can't like pull our boat in and like park it like back there. We would have to keep it closer to these giant rocks right here. That way we don't hit ground and like either get our boat stuck, which you can do if your boat is up in or like a wave goes up and you're going over a rock, and then the wave goes down and sets your boat on top of a rock, and then the storm dissipates, because it's not like real life where it's slow. Like you can literally go over one wave and on the other side is clear skies and the waves are just gone and you're stuck on a freaking rock out in the middle of nowhere. So I was kind of looking at this area, but it's a little rocky, a little bit more dangerous. Plus, we're really close to this dark forest. The dark forest is the next area. This is where we got all the tin and copper. And at night, it is incredibly dangerous if you don't have some good gear, because you just have lots and lots of skeletons and mobs that are spawning. And yeah, so it's a little scary, but this little dark forest right here, I don't think would be too big of a problem, because as you can see, we're already on the other side of it. It's just a little tiny thing, which I'm pretty sure it's not a bug, but I think what was supposed to happen here is you've got Hello? I'm trying to explain something, Mr. Forest Ranger. Come here. Come here. All right. So the, this dark forest here, I think what originally happened is that the world spawned and it created like this little pocket of meadows right here in the middle of the dark forest. And then it changed the terrain and made all of this into ocean. So I think that's what happened, because you'll find a lot of times where different areas are split up into like you'll find on one side of a huge ocean is like one biome, and then directly on the other side is a different or is the exact same thing. And you can tell by looking at the map that they're all that it's all connected. Let's see. So we can kind of see that down here. I ended up finding a swamp biome here, and I think like right across the way, across the little ocean there, is another swamp biome. So it's just like it's like the terrain, like the biomes are generated and then the terrain is generated afterwards, and it just kind of changes everything. Holy moly, I was not paying attention. Come here. This is another issue with the AI that you'll run into occasionally, where mobs will run up to you and then they immediately run away, and so just as you go to swing at them, they just start sprinting the opposite direction, and then after you've swung, they start running right back to you. Maybe they're just playing like some mind games with you, and they have like massive brains, like a 200 IQ play. I don't know. I just know that it's incredibly annoying when you go to shoot, or when you go to hit something, and it sprints the opposite direction just as you go to swing, and then sprints right back at you. Where is that deer? I can hear it. I don't know where it's at, and I don't, since we're wet, I think I see one up here. Since we're wet, we don't want to sprint too much. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where it went. You can see some boar, I think, or some necks, not sure. But it looks like it's starting to get dark, and YouTube does not like dark games. So we're going to do ourselves a favor. This is our home away from home. It's just a crappy little hut, just like our other place. Since we shot a tree down, we might as well use that. Yeah, so once your character gets wet, you got to wait 2 minutes before you can rest. But if you've got a fireplace, then it goes down really fast. But whenever you're wet or cold, like your stamina regenerates like 300% slower than normal. It's so frustrating. And if you're cold and wet, then it's like you just hate life. You can't sprint anywhere. You can't really do anything. Yeah. Let's see. So we're still trying to find some deer. We've got 12 hide, which is good, but it's not quite enough yet. So we're just going to kind of keep exploring a little bit. And also keeping our eye out for any farms, any like old broke down farms, because there's a maypole, I think is what it's called. It's like a random structure that can spawn inside of old, like abandoned farms, and you can't move it, but if you build a base near it, then you can get like some extra bonuses. So we may look at that if we can find any, but I don't think we will, because I've never seen them before, and they don't always spawn in every single world. But let's chop down an oak tree and get some more fine wood out of it just while we're out here. There's no way to replant oak trees or birch trees, so as of right now, there's no way to farm the fine wood that you get from those types of trees. I'm hoping that they add something later on. Was it Coffee Stain Studios? Speaking of coffee, Get a sip right here after we... See? Like that. That guy's walking up to us, and he's all angry, and then he just sprints the opposite direction. And now he's coming running back. And now he's going to try to sprint away again. I don't know. I don't get it. I do not understand why the UI does that. Or the UI. The AI. Yeah, I don't know why the user interface runs away from me. What kind of awful game would that be? If every time you went to click a button on a game, it literally moved away from your mouse. Oh, man. Gives me some ideas. Maybe I'll live stream some game development. We'll open up Godot and do some game development sometime in the future, and we'll come up with like the worst, most frustrating game you could ever play. That might be kind of fun. Let's see. So we're probably, I don't know. I guess we could probably just head south still. Just kind of loop around that side. Just keep looking for some more deer. I don't remember exactly how many we need, but 12 is not going to cut it. And we still have 72 arrows, so I'm not too worried about that. We have plenty of food. So if we do wander into a black forest, that's one thing that's nice is you don't have to eat all the time. Oh, well, hello there. You don't have to eat all the time. You always have a minimum amount of stamina and health, and throughout the entire game, it never changes. Your base health, your base stamina, always the same. You have to get newer and better foods to actually have to increase your maximum health and maximum stamina. Your health regen, like all that stuff is based off of foods. So this guy has antlers, which means that it is at least a tier 1 or oh, he's a 2-star. So let's get this. Oh my goodness, I missed. Okay, well, at least I got him there. Are you kidding me? Shot right over his back. Typical. Just typical. All right, let's wait for this guy to come back, because that's the nice thing. We shot him. We just shot a deer. He's scared. He's running away. He's sprinting right back towards us. And now our little stealth icon turned back into the little lines. So he's no longer scared, even though he just got shot with an arrow. I mean, that one almost missed too. It shot a little to the left. Holy moly. That would have really upset me. Wow, we got 5 deer hides from, or no, we would have gotten 4 from that guy. So we got 4 deer hides from that one deer, because we got one from the one that we almost literally ran right into. And oh, there's another guy with another one up here with antlers. He's a 1-star, so he's got smaller antlers, and he appears to be stuck doing something naughty to a bush there, I think. I don't think that as far as like bows go, I think shooting stuff with a bow, I don't think it actually affects. I don't think that like how long you hold the draw affects stuff. Here you can kind of see like what it's like to build along the ocean. Like, I mean, the water just comes way up. So usually you want to build back a little bit, or you build with stone, and we don't have access to stone structures. So just another example of like why you don't build immediately right on the edge here. But I mean, this place here doesn't look too awful for a home. We've got, I don't want to build on top of one of these giant rocks, but building like a little ways off of them doesn't sound too bad. But I also don't want to like dig out this in here. You can see how high up this is. Your boats can get stuck here if it's a low tide. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't know, like sometimes you can see like there's a drop off here. And so building a dock like right along here, maybe raising the ground up just a little bit. We can do that with a hoe, and there's plenty of rocks around here for us to break apart to get little pieces of rock for it. I mean, that could be an option. I like the idea of kind of building close to a shore. And I mean, we could even do something like using the hoe to raise this out over here. And like give us a walkway over and then raise all this ground up. But really, if we're going to do that, we may as well over closer to our house. Let's see, right over here. So here's our home. We've got like these little island strands here, a couple of them. And then there's like these rocks over here. So if we're going to build on top of some islands, we may as well like use the actual islands themselves because they're already there. And it would be kind of cool to build our structures there, but we'd have to raise them up really high. And I mean, we've got a lot of stone right now because of all the copper that we had to go mining. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot to show you guys just the enormous size of some of the copper veins. So let's eat this and this, and then we'll use our ability so we can just sprint. We're going to run right over to where I was mining a whole bunch of copper over by our home away from home. And there's another deer, a forest ranger. Goodbye, forest ranger. I'm just straight up going to call those forest rangers from now on because that's what they are. They're just like, oh, I see you have an axe, or I see you're out in the wilderness. You have a permit for that thing? Like, they're so annoying. No offense to any real park rangers. Y'all are fantastic, but when I'm playing a game, I don't need a park ranger or a forest ranger constantly asking me, or constantly coming up and bothering me. So there's our home away from home. And I'm trying to remember exactly where the copper vein was, but when we find it, you'll definitely see why I spent several hours mining off camera instead of having you guys just sit there and deal with watching me play. And like doing like long repetitive stuff is pretty cool. Like I don't have a problem doing it. I know it's not exactly the most fun thing in the world to watch. So that's kind of why I just waited. Okay, so here's our little hut that I built right next to where we excavated a copper. And there's still copper in here too. We come down here. I don't think that's just a rock. The physics in this game, not the best. This tree used to be up there, but I dug underneath it, and so it just like slid down the hill. Okay. But yeah, so this whole area here was one giant copper vein. So I just spent some time off camera just mining it out, and here's some more of that copper. So it actually goes even deeper. So you have to like mine out the ground around it to really get it all. Now you don't have to do this. There's so... Uh-oh. We got an event. I don't know what's going on. The forest is... Oh, great. Well, this is just a temporary little hut here. We can see on our mini map that we've got like a little red area. That's where the event's happening. So it's like, you'll see that. It always spawns when you're close to it. It'll always spawn when you're close to a workbench. And so if you have a workbench, then the event will start. And yeah, we're just not even gonna... generally, there's two things you can do. One, you can just wait it out. With this, like, the event only lasts like a couple of minutes at most. So you can just like wait it out and hope that your stuff doesn't get destroyed, or you can try to fight. Hello, Hugin. Yeah, so he's letting me know that there is a siege going on. Yeah, I know. And I don't care if my stuff gets destroyed, so we're just going to leave it. We'll just let that kind of go. I'm just glad it didn't happen over here. And the deer are smart enough. Oh, come on. The deer seem to be smart enough to like dodge back and forth as you're aiming at them, which is it's pretty cool. But at the same time, it's really annoying when you just want to kill them. I guess what I should have done to make this just a little bit better for us. Forest is moving. That's fine. That's fine. We still have some of our bonus left, but now that we have fine wood and we've got some of these gray dwarf eyes, I just straight up punched that guy in the face. We need like 20 gray dwarf eyes, 10 for each portal, but we can build portals that go to different places. So it's always helpful to have like the resources to just build a portal so you can go back and forth between long distances. But I guess there's some limitations to that. You can only hook up 2 portals at a time. Like, what I mean is, like, if you have one portal in your home, you can build portals like all over the world, but you can't like just go home. You can't just type in, you have to type in the name of the portal you want to go to, that you want to link to. And if you link that and it's already linked, it'll take you to the last one you placed, which could be somewhere else in the world. And then you're just kind of stuck. You can't go back to your house. So there's like some tips or some tricks you have to do. You have to build multiples of them and like have one that you name home, and then just make sure you never connect other stuff to it unless you're out in the middle of nowhere and you just need to get home really quick. You can't teleport any iron or any ores or bars at all. So like if you're out in the middle of a forest and you're mining copper and tin, you can't teleport home unless you just drop your stuff on the floor or put it in a chest. So there's some pretty big limitations with teleporting, which is fine because we have boats, so we can travel long distances with a boat to get stuff. But it's still kind of annoying because like sometimes you just want to go home. Oh, I'm out of stamina. Let's let our stamina regen just a little bit. We'll shoot this deer while we wait for the other one to come back. Okay. And now his friend is probably going to come running back and literally stop right on top of the dead body of his friend and still just chill with us. He's just there. Fun stuff. Just waiting for him to come back. He was I think he was a 1-star, so he's going to give us extra resources. And because of all this, we actually have 30 raw meat. Holy moly, that's a lot. And we got some more neck tails. It's still my favorite name for an item in any game I've ever played. Pretty close anyway. I don't know what, like a neck tail. I don't know. It's just funny to me. It's just weird. It's a weird combination of words, I think is what tickles my funny bone. Coffee's starting to get a little cold. That's all right. Maybe I should get one of those like tea warmers, right? Like one of those little things you just... Did he just straight up leave? Maybe he just left. That would be the first time. I mean, there's a first time for everything. But... Oh, there he is. There he is. He's sprinting back. Let's get right back here. And he's going to walk behind some trees. This is what he's going to do. He's not going to walk up and let us do anything. Okay. Okay. Put my bow away. I forgot. So I just... Oh. Come on. Come on, game. Just work with me here. And... Got him. There we go. So the first hit on a mob that is not aware of your presence deals like 50% or 100% extra damage. So that's why I'm able to like kill things in one shot if they don't know I'm there. But otherwise, like I have to hit them multiple times. That's just it's like sneak attack damage from other games. It's very helpful. Don't get me wrong. It's very helpful, but it's also... It can also be a little bit annoying when you go to shoot something and it realizes you're there at the last second and you just start running for your life. Because, yeah, yeah, mobs later in the game, just absolutely terrifying. If you do end up playing this, game, if you're out exploring and you don't know kind of what you're doing, and you find yourself a cool looking place called a plains biome or a swamp, run for your damn life. They're not anything to play with. They are absolutely terrifying. The plains, the mobs in the plains, they look like cute little goblins. They're like these little cute guys. They make like these cute little noises, and they will just murder you. Like when I first saw one, I was like, oh, okay. Well, it's a little goblin. He's just a little guy. This will be no problem at all. I should have no issues at all. Just killing this guy. He's like half my size, and he walked up and just one-shot me. And I realized that this game is way more deadly than it seems. It's not a lot of fun when you just get one-shot by stuff. I don't have the best organization in this in our current base. Normally I have, which is something we're going to be doing here pretty quick, is finding or setting up a larger home, a larger place for us to store our stuff. We're going to actually do that as soon as we can make some gear, because that's kind of the priority right now, is just making sure that we've got the new gear. And we've got 24. Actually, I think that's enough. Let's so we got a plate curious. Let's also repair our stuff here. We've got a plate curious, some plate leggings, and a helmet. These are all bronze. So we're going to be jumping up our armor. So right now we can see on this little window here, we've got 6 armor and unupgraded armor. We're just going to throw these straight on. And we're going to see that we're up to 24 armor. So we were significantly worse than that. I don't remember how bad it was before. And apparently we're going to need another chest. We need more wood. All right, let's sleep first. Let's reset our spawn point so we don't spawn out at our home away from home. Because we have extra gear here. That's one thing. If you have, like, as you upgrade your gear, keep the old set. Like, make sure you've got your old gear, because eventually you will die. You will have to make a corpse run. And making that run without any gear at all is going to just suck. So just do yourself a favor. Make sure you have that gear, because otherwise you're going to not have very much fun. And throw these here. Go. Just trying to pick up everything off the ground. And obviously we need to get some more stuff started here. There we go. Let's see. I think we're good. So we need to chop down a tree. Apparently oh, no we don't. What am I doing? What am I doing? We have like literally like 400 wood right here. I'm losing my mind. And we're going to put this right over here. It's going to be kind of a... it's where we're going to put some of our old armor. Again, we really need to just go make a base somewhere. Let's see what it's going to take to upgrade some of our gear. So it's just bronze, bronze and leather. Just lots and lots and lots of bronze. Cool. So that's not too big of a deal. We should be able to just upgrade our gear relatively quickly, because we still have plenty of stuff smelting and lots of leftover. Looks like we're going to need more tin, because we only have 14 here. I think we have this full of tin, but we're definitely going to need some more. And did I have more in here? I've got more copper in here, so that's even less, or even more tin that we need. All right, so we've got our new gear. One thing that a lot of people complain about is movement speed. So right now, we just upgraded our gear, so we can see it's got a movement speed penalty of 5%, which just kind of sucks. But all we have to do is just right-click it and unequip it while we're just traveling around, yeah, I mean, we're running around in our skivvies, but the helmet doesn't cause any problems. And the helmet has pretty good armor compared to like what we had before. So we're still running around with 8 armor, even though we just have a helmet on. So we essentially have the same armor as we did before with just a helmet, and we don't have that 10% movement speed penalty. So that's pretty good if you ask me. I mean, it's not the best having to equip and unequip your armor, but if you're just running around, you're not planning on fighting stuff, there's really no point in leaving it equipped anyway. So this over here was one of the areas that I was talking about where we might kind of build our home. It's actually not too far away from our temporary base, which is good. And then we've got like these rocks, these little islands here. These ones I don't like, just because we're gonna have to go past these ones over here. And so it'd probably be better if we built closer to the front of this, because we're going to be traveling a lot by boat. And the more distance we're adding to ourselves by like having to go past these and all the way over to the next ones is it's just more time that we're spent sailing instead of actually like doing the fun stuff. Let's see. So this island here, I was kind of checking it out when there was a storm, and it's pretty crazy. The waves just completely cover all the way up to the top of everything here. So that's this isn't going to be like the best place unless we raise the ground way up. But I mean, it's totally an option, right? Like, we can totally do it if we really wanted to. And it's got some... Hello? Just swinging over his head. So we've got... It gets pretty deep right here. So if we expanded this island out to that little shelf there, and then built like a dock there, it'd be pretty good. But it's still not like the most ideal place. I mean, look at these little tiny waves, right? These are just little tiny waves, and they're already going way up. So again, until we get access to stone cutting and being able to build like actual stone structures, I don't think that building on an island is going to be the right thing for us. I think during a storm, standing up here, the water comes to like here. So we'd have to raise like all this stuff up so far. And that just doesn't sound like a lot of fun. That sounds like a whole lot of work. Because just thinking about that is like, I don't think so. I don't think so. We'll probably skip that. We just need to find somewhere that we can set up a portal so we can go back and forth and we can transfer all of our stuff super quick. The only thing we'll struggle with is getting all of our ores and bars, but we are going to be building a carve here pretty soon. And so I wanted to run over. I've got a little... Oh, I had a spot. I don't know. It was somewhere just north of us that I was kind of thinking for a base. Just because it was... I liked the slope. I liked the access to the water. So we'll see if... We'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah. Right now, I mean, we just need to find somewhere to call home other than just that little crappy house that I built. Which, if that's the kind of home you like to build, little tiny dirt floor hovel, more power to you. People play games in their own ways. For me, for my personal taste, that's not an acceptable home. But if that's what you'd like to do, that's fine, and I accept that you are wrong, and we can have our differences, and that'll be fine. So yeah, I think if you were around on the first episode, we kind of ran past all of this. I mentioned I found out what these are in real life. Like, these are actually designed. These little circles of stone. They're actually grave sites of old like Norse warriors and stuff. Like they legit exist in the real world. So in my other world, like I was just using those for stone. Like I was just breaking them and just collecting stone. And then I found out that they're like actual places that people were buried, and then I kind of felt a little bit bad. So we won't be touching any of those. We won't be living next to those, because who wants to live next to a graveyard? And since we're not going to destroy them or anything, we're not gonna be anywhere close to those. Let's see. So we're pretty close. So the reason that I liked this area here is because of how steeply it goes up. So I like the idea that we would be building kind of on a hill, and then we could. Let's see. Where were we at? I think it was over here, actually. I think it was right where this house, this little thing is. So what I'd want to do is like level the ground here, because this is kind of a peak. So we would level the ground here. We would have our house up here, and then have like a set of stairs going down. Mr. Deer, I'm just going to take you out of your misery before a hello? Okay, you get to live. You just dodged my last 2 arrows. Just legit. I don't even know what to say. So yeah, I think because these rocks have like a nice little shelf right below them, I think that, kind of building on top of these and building like a sideways dock here, again, waves, but building like a dock that is like, maybe it starts like right here with like the smaller, what are they? The 2 or 1 meter. There we go. The 1 meter poles, like setting these here is like the base, and building a flat dock across here that extends out above the water. And then we could have our boat in here, or like a place to park our boat. But with the waves that come in, we have to be careful that it doesn't raise our boat up and then just set it back down on top of these rocks, because we'll end up damaging our boat, just constantly damaging our boat, which is just like not cool. So this is totally an option, but I don't know. I don't like building out on the rocks because I don't like the way that the rocks really look. And removing this rock with all this water here just doesn't seem totally feasible. But yeah, so just trying to find like an ideal place to call home. Trying to find a good place that is, let's move this over here so it's closer. I like to keep all of my food in one place. That way, when I'm in a panic and I'm being chased by an ogre and realize that I don't have enough stamina to keep running, I can just quickly open my inventory, eat, and then run away. And no, I'm not going to put it on my hotbar. I know I've seen other people playing and they put their food on their hotbar. I have, like, why would you put it on your hotbar? Your hotbar is for like the stuff that you need, that you're going to be using constantly, and you don't eat constantly. So let's not put that on there. All right, so a little bit more travel. Another big rock. There's also this little outlet right here. It kind of gives us an open area. Oh, I do not have. There we go. Come on. Come on. Oh, stop running. The mace has the knockback. So now that we have our bronze mace, we're just smacking mobs and they're like flying away from us, which kind of sucks because it means that fighting individual mobs is pain, but it's way worse when to have like 5 or 6 mobs charging at you, and then like you can't knock them all back. So I'd rather be able to just like knock them back and survive rather than not knock them back at all. The sword is it's a decent weapon, but I like I said earlier, I'd rather just use a mace because the mace is just a more universal weapon. It's great against undead. It's great against like most things. But I'm trying to remember which. I think there's a boss that it doesn't work. Like there's a boss that the mace is just awful. Or maybe it was just the mace that I was using was awful for it, but it's fine. I just shot it with arrows. Oh, that's what it was. It was the dragon, the Drake boss, which is a royal. It is the most. Apparently, since I'm not there, the event is still going on. Oops. Well, I guess eventually we'll go check to see what's happened to my old base over there, or the just my copper mine. Hopefully, it's not completely destroyed when we get back there. That would suck. We also have the option of building like in a black forest, but it's incredibly dangerous because trolls can spawn, and some trolls will be holding an actual tree as a weapon, and so like they'll just destroy your stuff, and that doesn't sound like fun to me. All right, so we're just gonna now that we're like running through a black forest, and since we don't really have a plan of what we're doing yet, I'd rather just have my armor on. It's gonna slow us down a little bit, but it's perfectly fine. And let's eat a little bit and then use our power so we can sprint a little bit more. Here we go. Get some sprinting going. Let's get us moving. I have yet to find anywhere that I'm like really happy to build a base. I got pretty lucky on my other worlds. There was just a nice little area to get started. So just haven't been lucky enough yet on this world. But again, we could just we could build a boat and travel that way. It's probably what we should be doing, actually. It's really what we should be doing. Let's go back. I've run all this way and realized, you know what? Probably would have been smart to just grab a let's grab a boat. So yeah, don't do what I do. You can learn from me. You can learn from my mistakes. Yeah, let's try not to die. Try not to get into too many fights here. I haven't seen any trolls. A lot of times trolls will spawn like the troll caves are generally on coastlines. So you'll kind of run past a weird rock formation and realize that it's actually an entrance to a troll cave. Let's not go in there. That doesn't sound like fun. There is always a troll inside of a troll cave unless you kill it. But I do believe that they spawn again later, but they can't exit their own cave. As soon as you come charging out of... Yep, there's definitely something over there. Probably a skeleton. Shooting arrows at stuff. But yeah, trolls not to really be messed with early game. They just, especially if they're carrying a tree as a club, they just deal an enormous amount of damage. But I believe that now that we have our bronze buckler, it should be enough. It should be enough block power to be able to at least fight a troll. At least defend ourselves against a troll. The club does okay damage. The mace does okay damage against ogres. I think piercing is best, but which means shooting them. So it's always an option. You just keep shooting them from a distance and kiting them out. Yeah, I wish I could make a decision on exactly where we were gonna build our base. I think what we'll do is for now. This is not the one I was thinking of. When we get over to the other islands, that first the islands that are closest to our base, we will probably just make our temporary home there. Like we'll build like a larger home, something that's going to be more fitting to hold our stuff for a while until we can manage to go with something much larger. I mean, once we get a longboat, it's a lot easier to do that kind of stuff because the longboat has like 18 inventory slots. So like moving large amounts of stone around is really easy. It's when you're trying to move around lots of stone with a cart, like this hill right here, you can't run up this hill with a cart full of stone. Like it's so heavy, you just can't even sprint up it. Or if you do, it's like really slow. It's just a pain to try to move around all the heavy stuff with a cart. And so we'll have to wait until we get a longboat to really build a much larger base. But it should be okay. How much further do we have? I know there's a... What is it? There we go. So I can kind of see where we want to go on the mini map there. I just found out yesterday, no, a couple days ago, that there's hotkeys to let you zoom in and out on the mini map, which is really helpful. And it would have been really helpful to know that several weeks ago when I started playing the game. So there you go. There's your next pro tip of the day. I don't know what the first one was. I'm sure I've spouted out something that somebody would consider a pro tip, but I don't know. Just doling out the knowledge today, I guess. Almost out of our bonus, which sucks. And it's nighttime, which sucks. We're not too far away from home, though. And we can always, if we absolutely need to, we could always just like build a small structure, chop down a couple trees, build a small structure, make a bed, sleep. That's always an option if we absolutely need to, but I don't feel like doing that just yet. There's the islands that we're looking for straight ahead. We're going to be able to cut across, and then we're pretty much home. And then as soon as we get some sleep, I'll probably take a quick break to warm up my coffee, since I need to get one of those little tea warmers so I can keep my mug of coffee nice and warm with me all the time. Ooh. Still pretty warm though. It's a big mug though. Really big mug. 24 ounces of coffee. Takes a while to drink. I could put it in a thermos. I should probably start thinking about stuff like that. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh, my coffee in my 24 ounce mug gets cold by the time I finish it. Oh well, there's nothing to do about it. Okay, yeah. Here's the islands. Need to try to get our stamina, let our stamina build back up a little bit. Because swimming takes stamina, and I don't want to die. I don't want to drown halfway across. That would be a little embarrassing. And we can actually unequip our armor now. Because we know that we're just... Oh yeah, of course I'm cold. And I'm about to be wet. So that's also fun. Yeah, as soon as you get the notification that you're cold, that means that you are no longer... it is now officially nighttime, so mobs are going to start spawning. But this is not Minecraft. During the day, the mobs that spawned at night, they just, as soon as morning comes, they just... Oh my... hello? Wave? Wave, please. Please. Okay, this is a bad idea. This was a really bad idea. Okay. Maybe... Oh, come on, dear. You're literally running... Alright, let's see. Wait for this to go down. Sprint. Keep sprinting. Oh, yeah, we're totally going to drown. Well, probably not drown, but we are going to take a bunch of damage as we slowly drown, swimming across. Everything's fine. We're fine. We totally Didn't lose a ton of health there. It's okay. We're still above the minimum of 25, so that means that we're doing just fine. All right, let's get into our house, which is just across the way. We're gonna sleep, and I'm actually going to do myself a favor and oh, hello there. There we go. I'm actually going to do myself a favor, and I'm going to log out of the game so that that wonderful event that is still semi-ravaging our stuff, our base over yonder is, yeah, so we don't have to deal with that. So let's see. We got some sleep. We're just going to sit down. Actually, I don't think we're going to log out. We're just going to sit down in front of our fire here. And I will be right back. Oh, hang on. Our food, I don't want to turn that into charcoal. All right, now we're good. Nope, you're not facing the fire. Come on. Come on, little fella. Come on, you can do it. Face the fire. There we go. All right, I will be back in just a minute. All right. Now I am back. Yeah. So let's see if we can get some more food cooked. I mean, we have so much stuff. It is raining. We got our rested bonus though, which is pretty good. 11 minutes so far. And we're actually going to go straight down, go chop down some trees, and get our semi-permanent base going. It's going to be our second base. Your first one should just be like this little guy. It should just be a little kind of a hut. And so we're gonna, let's see. Trying to decide, yeah, let's just take all this wood. Yes, I understand. Carrying too much. Here we go. Get our stuff in here, and we're actually just going to throw the rest of our inventory into here. Into the cart. It's fine. Everything's fine. And now let's sprint on down the mountain. Whoa. Let's see. How? Oh, it's fine. Your cart. Oh my god, your cart. these things just take damage. I'm going the wrong way. These things take damage. If you hit a bush, like this freaking raspberry bush, if you run into that with the cart, it's going to deal damage to your cart. That rock right there, if you run over it, it's going to deal damage. Oh man, like they need to do something about this. I'm really, really hoping they do, because like you don't think about it as you're like sprinting around. You're like, oh, well, there's just a bush. Like it doesn't matter. I just run past it, because it doesn't do anything to you, but it deals damage to your stupid cart. Dumb. It is. It's just dumb. So anyways, all right, so out of stamina, we can't sprint. I was kind of thinking if we're going to be building over here, another save lag spike. If we're going to be building over here, I think this area right here is pretty good. And oh, nope. Cart, hello. Pushing me down the hill. Too much stuff in it. And so we've got this little area right here, which looks like a decent place to be able to park a boat. I think it would be a decent place to park a boat. We do have that rock in there, though. Maybe we can get lucky. Can we stand on top of this thing? Yes. Yes, we can. So we can at least mine it out. Kind of. We have to be standing on the ground to actually mine it out. So we have to wait for the water to go down just a tiny, tiny bit. And can we stand on this little part here? Come on, water. Work with me here, because I'm going to start drowning. Apparently not. Apparently we can't stand on that. So, alright, well, let's see if we can just drown right here then. If that's what you want, game, that's what will happen. So maybe this little, I mean, like this should be fine as long as we don't park on top of that rock. So just park, like, come straight in here. So let's make sure that there's not like any major rocks over here, because that could be a problem. You always want to make sure that you have like a nice clear path to bring your boat in and out of areas. Just so that we don't like constantly have to repair our boat because it bumped into something. It looks like there is a rock over there. It's kind of hard to see. See, this is the problem. I get so indecisive with this stuff because like I want the perfect place, and like a perfect place doesn't exist. So screw it. We're just gonna go right here. We're gonna stop being indecisive, and we're just gonna build our base right here. I think right here. We'll clear out these rocks real quick. I did forget to grab my hoe. But that's okay. We're just gonna make another one. That's not too big of a deal. We're going to need multiple anyway, because like we're going to have like multiple bases eventually, and so we'll have one in each base. All right. And just grab these. Throw all this into our cart. Just use it as extra storage and extra chest. Okay. Whoops. I did not mean to do that. I want to drop my stuff off. Thank you very much. So yeah, I think we're going to build like right here. Just like literally right here. That means we got to clear all this out. Never, ever, ever, ever build your house next to a or like in a forest, because if you get attacked by like trolls or whatever and they swing their axe and they hit a tree, trees fall, they break each other, and suddenly the next thing you know, the entire forest is collapsing on top of your house. So always make sure you at least clear out the area around you. Come on. It's too low to the ground. Can't reach it. Can't bend down that far. Ooh, come here. Oh, come on. Rolling away from me. I see how it is. Alright, so we've got this little spot here is looking pretty good. Just keep clearing the ground. Make sure we have plenty of space for our stuff. Okay, come on. You can do it, little fella. Just the rain. The rain is killing our stamina. I think we might have cleared out enough space. I think so. I think we'll be okay because we're going to build like right here. I think we're going to be fine there. So we have to set down our workbench. And we need to... This is why it would have been nice to bring the hoe with us instead of having to make another one, but it's fine. Let's go like this. Extend these walls out because sometimes it's a little finicky. And we got to give ourselves a little bit of a roof. Go with a 45 degree. Actually, let's just go like this. We give ourselves an actual little roof. This is all getting torn down here in like literally a second. As soon as... hello? Why? Okay, apparently my, my mouse went over to my other window there, so... Jerk. And where is... Where's the hoe? Right there. Oh, we put all of our... I was like, why can't we build this? Because we put all of our stone away. Well, of course we can't build anything with stone if we don't have any on us. We need to move these rocks anyway, so I might as well just break these and get some stone this way, and then... Because eventually we're going to get rid of all these stones anyway. I just... They're ugly. The stones are ugly to have around your house. At least I think so. I could be wrong. Or you could be wrong. Oh, I guess this is something else that I always forget to mention is that you can equip your items. You've got your hotkeys up here. You can equip any item in your inventory by right-clicking it. So you don't have to have it up on your hotbar for you to be able to just like repair or to do stuff with it. So we can open it up and then we can use level ground. Little tip for level ground. The ground that you are standing on is the height that this area, the circle area of the tool is going to raise up and lower. So if you are raising and lowering your stuff, but you're constantly like running around, and if you step down into a lower spot, you're going to see it disappears, and that's because it's actually down lower. So when we click here, it actually lowers the ground right here. So you want to find one spot that you want to start leveling from and make sure that everything around you is nice and level, and then you can expand outwards. Otherwise, you're going to have like a bunch of uneven ground, and nobody likes uneven ground because it's really annoying. And actually, we can break all this stuff up really quick. Make this a little bit easier. The only thing we can't do with the hoe without a workbench is the raising ground feature, which is a pretty cool feature, but we can't do that without a workbench. There we go. Okay, so we have this little spot here, and now we have to kind of decide what kind of a house we're going to build. So I'm thinking we're going to go for kind of a T shape for the house. A lot of build guides, like I love to learn about the games I play. I love to learn about games I don't even play. But a lot of people recommend you put like the floor down first. Like not the floor, but like all of the base. What are those? The like the beams and stuff. People recommend that you do that first. But I don't know. I don't know if you really need to do that first. Because, like, I usually go, like, I start putting my walls down and stuff first. Because the walls, like, you can adjust. So let's see. So our dock is going to be that way. So we probably want, like, the front of our house to kind of face the dock. But I think if we go like this, that will be fine. We're going to come out like this, and we're going to want our bedroom probably on this side. But yeah, this is why I like to do the walls first, because we know exactly like how big of a section we're going to have for the house. So this over here, we don't want that. We want this. And I'm thinking we're going to have another door here. And we're going to come out onto a kind of a patio, which is where we're going to put our workbenches. I like to build with purpose. I don't like... I would rather have like 4 or 5 small buildings that all have their own thing, like they all do their own specific thing, rather than having one ginormous house that does everything. I think that it looks more interesting to separate your houses like that. So we're going to want a door here. Nice thing about the door is they have 3 different attach points, so you can have it like inset, centered, or outset. This gives you like some extra options for kind of decorating stuff. Oh, we need more wood. We're out of wood. Why didn't you tell me? It's fine. And I grabbed too much. Again, it's fine. Set this down. And then let's walk inside. Let's throw the stone down. Let's build our... Let's see. So we're going to want to build our walls up a bit. If we're going to have the bedroom over here, that means we're going to need somewhere over here for the fireplace. So we can place our bed down. Let's do that. Flip it around, and I think it makes more sense for us to have our bed on this side, and then maybe we will do our fireplace right here. Do we want it centered? I guess we kind of want it centered, right? We're actually going to put it there. And let's continue building our walls up just a little bit. Once we get one to snap on, we can just snap all the rest of them in place. Kind of. Have to be looking at the right side of it. Not sure what we're going to do for windows just yet. Oh, I'm out of energy. We'll just throw that stack of stones right on top of the bed. We'll use that as a pillow, I guess. Okay, I think this is the height that we're gonna kind of want to start building the our roofing. And let's start. Let's see if we go. I'm trying to remember what I did in my other. I want to say that I used these, and then I used the smaller one on top, so that the roof kind of has a. Hello? Stop attacking my stuff out there, Mr. Park Ranger. Come on, buddy. I can hear you out there. Come on. Can't get that placed. Mr. Park Ranger. Hey, bro, I have a permit. Leave me alone. Okay, and now we get this other side up. Should have started on this side so that our bed was covered so we could actually sleep. I think we can just sleep now though, right? Yes. As long as we have a roof and we have a fire, then we are good to go. We can sleep, no problem. Oh, that is some good coffee. Now, if anybody knows what's up with the dreams, like you have these dreams all the time, I have no idea, like, what's up with the dreams. Some of them sound like cool, some of them sound like really ominous, and I'm not entirely sure what they do. I don't know if there's like anything special about them or anything. So if y'all know, let me know, because I think it's really cool. I think it's kind of, you know, something that's interesting that's in the game, but I don't know like if they actually do anything. Okay, so we are good there. Our roof is starting to come together. And now we want the 26 degree here. And let's take a look at what this looks like. The nice thing about building kind of looks like a barn. I'm not too happy about that. That looks like a barn. What if we do this? So as I was saying, the nice thing about building is that you don't lose your resources when you build. Like if you build something and then destroy it, you just get all your resources back. So don't worry about like losing your stuff. Unless like you're building and you break something and then you die and it despawns. But I guess that wouldn't, I don't know, I guess that wouldn't be too big of an issue. Because as long as there's a workbench close by, your items don't despawn. Oh, that looks probably more awful. But let's see what it looks like when we add... oh, we broke our hammer. Well, that's a problem. Because we don't have a crafting station to repair our hammer in because it needs a roof. So... yeah, let's run back to our house, get that repaired. Uh-oh. We got a couple of really upset boars. And a park ranger. Hello, sir. I have a permit, promise. Okay. And we're almost home. Then we can start moving our stuff over. I mean, I don't know. I don't like building more than one hammer because you never need more than one hammer. Like your one hammer is just like fine. It does everything. You have to make sure you have a repair station that's accessible. It's working. Mine was not. All right, so hello, Mr. Park Ranger. Again, I'm okay. Everything's fine. I haven't chopped down any trees today. Oh, that is some good coffee. Oh, my wife, she buys the best coffees. I can tell you that. She gets like these random assortments of stuff, and it is just so delicious. Okay, so let's see. First of all, let's do ourselves a favor and build a crafting table inside and underneath this so that we can repair our hammer if we need it. All right, now let's see. So I kind of like that shape a little bit more, right? Like I like the different angles as it's coming across. I like that a lot more than the previous one, which is still over here. But we can take a look at this and see what it looks like if we give it the lower sides. Now, the nice thing about putting the lower sides on the outside of the house, yeah, it still looks like a barn. It still does it, which is, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's your building style, but, oh, wow, that looks phenomenally awful. Just absolutely terrible. Oh, I'm breaking the wrong part of the roof. That's okay. So, yeah, I think I like this one over here a little bit better. But it's still not great. It's still not great. What does this look like with the lower slope? Oh, I guess that looks okay. I guess that looks all right. It looks okay. It'll work for now. And the nice thing is we can walk underneath it. The shorter one. Or the 26 degree instead of the 45. So let's go ahead and just remove these. Get all that wood back and let's go like this. One issue we can run into with the fireplace or with the campfire where it's at is smoke inhalation is a real thing in this. So we need proper ventilation for that. So we're gonna have to jump up on the roof, which is another nice thing of having the lower sloped roofs is you can walk on them. The 45s you can't. You can see this one as we walk up onto it, it just slides us back off. But these 26 degrees work just fine. So that over there needs to get replaced anyway. Let's grab our... Oh, I don't know how to do the roof over here. What a jerk. He just... Mr. Park Ranger. Really? Really? You can't get to me, so you're just going to come beat up my... This is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Alright, let's finish the roof. I kind of want to see what this looks like with just the lower style roof on this side too. Honestly, that looks fine. And instead of having the multiple changes in style, we're just gonna go like this. But let's see, right in the center. So these three here need to be raised up. And so I like to set these guys here just for aesthetics. They don't actually do anything. We're going to throw a small, and then we set this up here. Go to the other side because of the angle we're on. So then, I mean, technically those little guys hold it up. But they're not, they don't actually really do anything other than just look cool. And then this is a chimney. So now let's go back inside. I'm wondering if maybe because we're doing the lower style roof, we just don't have this here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And then the smoke comes up and it goes out the chimney. And then we don't have to worry about suffocating ourselves, which is also very handy. Nobody likes when their character starts taking random damage because of the quality of air you are forcing them to breathe. Oh, we need more wood. Really? Okay, and we should have more wood in our cart here. So let's get our new roof up. We are going to add some flooring. Be a good idea. I am thinking that we're going to move the fireplace out one, though. I mean, we can still have the kind of the open roof for the chimney. I mean, it's not an open roof, but the little ventilation. But I'm thinking that we're going to change some stuff there. So I'm going to go like this, and we're going to grab this. Nope, that's the wrong one. We have the inside corner. Goes there. Inside corner goes there. So now we got those for a nice little roof there. Looks pretty good. And then, yeah, I think... I didn't build this very even, did I? That's fine. So let's see if we can do this. I'm thinking we leave that like that. That will be fine. We're going to turn this around like this. And we're going to have the opposite of what we have on our walls. We're going to have that with a high wall here. And then we're actually, let's change this. We're going to put a single high wall here to leave a little bit more of a gap. And we need the shorter little posts here. And we'll leave that like this. Just trying to give this a nice little aesthetic. And let's grab these here to kind of give it a finished look, because otherwise your walls look a little weird. Is that it? Yep, that's it. I couldn't really see where that was going to connect. That looks pretty good there. So then we just move our fireplace into that little spot there. Hello? Oh my goodness, we're just getting stuck on everything. Okay, so we've got our... Let's move our fireplace. Make sure we don't choke on that smoke. And then the really cool thing is that once we put this in here... So the... let's see. Let's kind of cover that up a little bit. Looks pretty good. The cool thing about the fireplace is that you can't place it on wood, but once you have it placed down, you can just put your wood flooring down, which is kind of cool. I really like that. And we're going to do an alternating pattern on our flooring. Uh-oh. Got a little high spot. Got a high spot. We got to fix that. And we need our hoe. Okay. So this is one of the issues you can run into when you're leveling ground, is that sometimes like you can only level ground up or down so far before you have to actually use different stuff to fix it. So all we have to do, since this is too high, we use our pick to break it. Then it lets us level it back out. It lets us bring it back up just a tiny bit. Oh, looks like there's still a little bit there. But it lets us bring it back up without being like over. Apparently I'm just kind of in a high spot there. Hello? Go down. There we go. Looks pretty good. Now we can get our flooring in. That's the wrong angle. Yeah, there we go. So it just kind of looks a little bit different. It doesn't have that little patch of dirt that was like sticking up on one of these. So that's just something that I like to do. Make sure that my ground, it doesn't look dirty, because otherwise it just looks dirty. Like your house legitimately looks like it's got piles of dirt everywhere, which is really literally what it is. Carrying too much. How about if I give you that and that and that? How's that? Is that better? Stop complaining. Thank you. I'm going to set this one. Uh-oh. Where did I make a mistake? Something somewhere is wrong. That's not cool. Where did I make a mistake? Is it on the outside wall? Yo, what is up? So this fits fine. This fits fine. This one fits fine. Oh, I think I had it attached to the wrong thing here. That's what it was. Okay. And apparently we have a high spot here. Let's break the ground. Get our leveling hoe back out. And get our stuff set. Perfect. Yeah, I'm not sure why it lets us snap like side to side. That's really weird. Because it's letting us set stuff at like the wrong angle. Or like the... I don't know. I'm really confused. I don't think I've ever seen that before. But we got these guys here. Let's actually break these to get them out of the way. Means we have to build another workbench. Let's put that there for a second. And we'll set these guys down. You go there, you go there. Okay. Oh, we got another high spot over here. We'll fix that. Try not to spin around the camera a little too fast for you guys. I know that that can be a little jarring when people spin the cameras fast. I just tend to forget that some people can't do it. Okay, let me see. There we go. And then this guy is high. And using the hoe, even though we are up on top of the wood, the flooring, it's not going to raise the actual ground higher than the ground that's directly below us. So we don't have to worry about that. And there we go. That looks like it was offset. No, it wasn't. It's just turned the wrong way. That's why it looks weird. Okay, there we go. So we got our nice little flooring. We got some rocks sticking up. I mean, we can always... Since it's directly in the middle of our house, we can actually just leave those pits there to keep the floor from having little pebbles sticking up out of it. It's a little tougher when you get closer to the edge of your house, just because the closer you get to the edge of your house, we're actually going to build this over here this time, which means we have to move our workbench again, but our workbench is going to be going outside eventually. So, but for now, let's actually just put it in this little corner here. That'll work. Then we're going to have our bed over here. And we'll probably just put it right... Let's not put it right. We're going to sleep... Where are we going to sleep? We're going to sleep right here. Right next to the fire pit, so that we can get up in the middle of the night and stoke it if we need to. That'll be the idea anyway. And then over here is where we're going to build our storage area. Let's make sure that that looks good. And we are going to just put all of our... Oh, he's not very good. I try to keep the spacing and stuff right, but sometimes you just... If it's off by a pixel, I'm not that worried about it. If it's off by a few, then we'll talk. And then once we get like once we get iron, well, of course, out of wood again, which is a problem because I think we're just out of wood. That means we got to chop down some trees. But once we get some iron, then we can get reinforced chests. And reinforced chests are super nice because they have like 24, I think, 24 slots, item slots, which is just really, really good. Hopefully this tree, usually the trees fall the direction that you're swinging at them, but they don't always. So it's another reason why you want to be careful with your house. You don't want to build a house that you then drop a tree onto. That's why you don't want to build in the middle of a forest, because you don't want trees falling on your stuff. Okay, here we go. Got a little bit of wood. Oh, let's chop up this stump. We need to get some sleep action going on. And we also need to grab some of our core wood that we've got in here. And core wood is cool because we can build larger and more dense like areas with it. They're taller, as you can see. Like the regular pole. Hang on, let's sleep. You're not going to be able to see dang near anything if we don't sleep. Let's get some rest, and then we'll take a look at the two different size, or the maximum size pole you can make out of different types of wood. Oh, I like sleeping because it's the perfect time to just take a sip of coffee while, oh, of course it's going to be foggy. But we want to build our workbench area out here anyway. So let's get this out here and then we'll look at the maximum size. I'm thinking that we will go out like this. So we're going to have to flatten this out a little bit. Okay. We're going to come out just a little bit. Build this guy. I like to use walls as reference points for where I need to put the poles. So we've got this guy here that we can get to snap into the corner. And then the next maximum size that we can have is just this. It's the same size as a wall. So these are more like decorative, or if you just need to have like small areas to go up. But the actual log pole made with the core wood, it lets you build taller structures, which is always very, very helpful because being able to build something that is much taller is way, way better. Hello? It was trying to connect there, but it doesn't want to now. So let's just build some walls here so we can build a roof. And then we can actually take these down. We may leave a little bit of a wall like that. Just around the edges. Because we're going to have our workbench in here. So the regular workbench is going to go here. And then we're going to put our forge right here. And then on the back side, on the outside, is where we're going to move our the upgrades that are available for the forge and the workbench and that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have to put those on the outside of this. But let's finish putting a roof on this so that it doesn't look like a giant pile of lumber. And I'm trying to decide if we want to kind of maybe go like this. We'll do kind of an odd shaped roof. We'll put this attached to the top of that with this coming off of this. So it won't be like an even roof. It's going to be a little bit off, which looks kind of cool. And then this should snap in place because it'll touch the top and expand it out just a little bit further. To kind of give us just kind of a different shape for our little patio out here. Always good to change things up. There's nothing worse. Oh, he's floating there. There's nothing worse than like when you're building something and then you get done and you realize that everything just looks the same and it doesn't look as good as you were hoping. So we're just gonna try to fix that right off the bat by changing this up. So we've got that there, and we're actually gonna... I don't really want to put that pole right there, but I guess we might have to. That's okay. It'll be just fine. Just fine. We are gonna have to fix... I don't know how to talk today. We are gonna have to fix some stuff, because otherwise it's gonna look really weird to have our roof kind of slanting down into our building here and like just having the water run off of our roof. That would be really weird, wouldn't it? So let's fix that real quick. I think we're out of wood again. More fun stuff. Let's chop down some more trees and bushes and stuff. Let's run up this way, somewhere that we don't care if it is deforested and looks like crap. I like to try to build a little bit further away on a lot of stuff from where I'm chopping down everything, because I don't like a huge barren area around my house. But yeah, sometimes you just have to do it, right? Sometimes you don't have the option. I mean, you should always have the option, but... Whoa! Whoa! Uh-oh, we got trees going everywhere. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We upset the park ranger again. Come here. Oh. Would you stop? Stop running around. You're driving me crazy, man. Driving me crazy. Okay, let's break this guy up. Should have enough wood to finish up our house now. Pretty close anyway. Eventually we'll build an actual tree farm where there's like different layers, and we'll actually be doing it pretty soon. We have the cultivator now. We have access to the cultivator, which means we also need to get some carrots planted. We don't have any turnips yet, which the turnips make turnip stew is just so good. It's such a good source of food. But yeah, we're gonna just run back to... Whoa, another saving lag spike. Chop down some of these trees on our way. Chop down the broken logs. Just get us... Of course. It dropped off the... Should have dropped off some of the stuff when we were over here. The stuff we're not using. It's okay. We'll go back. We'll pick it up in just a second. I want to get this roof finished. Of course. Of course. Broke it again. Broke the hammer again. There we go. So this looks pretty good. I like this. This is like a nice little patio area. We have our workbench here, which means we can remove this one from inside the house. And I believe we can actually decorate the inside of the house a little bit. Let's grab this. Yes, I know I'm carrying too much. Drop off the core wood instead. Because we can actually make some furniture now. So let's make a... Let's see. We've got a table. We can get ourselves a nice little table here. Maybe we'll try to center this up a little bit up against the wall. Don't plan on having too many guests over. We don't need it pulled out from the wall. And then let's throw some chairs on the ends. And a bench. Which direction is that facing? There we go. We're just going to tuck that in as close as we can get it. Because then when you... Oh, it's a little too close, but let's move that out just a tiny, tiny bit. That way, when we sit down, we're actually sitting at the table. Looks pretty good. And then we've got these guys over here. So when we sit down, we're at the edge of the table. Looks good. This also increases our comfort. The comfort level of your house is pretty important. The higher your comfort level, the longer the rested buff is. So with us having this, it's definitely helping. And then let's see. I wanted to patch this up real quick, just so we can cover this up, make it look a little bit better. And then here, we'll just go ahead and I wonder if we try to do something a little bit different right here. So instead of having it run directly into the house, maybe we tilt it upwards. And then like have the water run off of here. Not sure. We could also maybe move the edge of the house over a little bit and change some things up that way. I don't know. I do. I mean, that looks okay. It looks a little weird with the stuff coming into the house, so let's see if we can cover that up a little bit with some beams. Covers it up a little bit, and it doesn't look as awful. So at least the water has somewhere to go. Once it falls down, it can just like run over to the edge of the house. So that looks fine. Looks absolutely fine. This guy's... Wish that was a little bit more centered. Maybe we can move this out one. But it's not that big of a deal. I'm not worried about that. And we've got comfort level 7. So the other furniture we can make would be a deer rug. I'm not sure if we have any... I'm pretty sure we have more than enough deer hide for that. So we can do that. And we also want to make this up here. So we can't stack... Here's another pro tip for you. Pro tip number 17, I think, for today, because, you know, pro gamers here. You can't stack chests on top of each other. and you can't actually build directly on top of other chests with anything else. But if you just snap it over and onto the wall, then that lets us actually build like this little shelf here. And then we can build our where'd they go? Right here. We can build chests right on top of the wall. Just tuck it back as far as you can and try to keep it level with the one below it so it doesn't look weird. And then we just have more space. We have lots and lots of storage. We can go like one layer higher if we want to. And the other, oh, we're out of wood. But the other nice thing is that we're not too far away from our crafting station, which is right over here. So we can grab our stuff, and even if we're a little over encumbered, we just slowly walk out here. We walk like this fast, and then we can get into our workstations. So it's just nice and easy. Everything's set up. Oh, sweet. We do have our deer hide with us. So let's get ourselves a nice little deer hide rug. We're going to put it right in front. Let's turn around I liked it this way. We're going to set it right in front of the fireplace. So then when we're like, it's time to relax, we can come and sit down on our nice little rug, and it's perfect. Absolutely perfect. We're also going to want to set this guy. We're going to want to keep it sticking out just a little bit, because now that we have access to tin, we're going to make a cauldron so we can get even better food. So what we want to do now is probably grab some of this stuff so we can start figuring out where we're going to put this inside of the house. Let's put our little rock here, and we're going to set that right in the corner. Put 50 down at a time. Super easy way to store your stuff. I do think that it probably would have been better for us to put our storage here along this wall here, and then have the door in the center, but it's fine. Maybe I'll change it off camera. For now, it's fine. Let's figure out our storage. So I like to have like a chest that has a purpose. We're going to put stone and flint and other stuff in here. We're going to have any type of crafting stuff here. Stuff for like the early game crafting. Up here, we're going to put plantable stuff. And then next to the plantable stuff, we'll put food stuff for now. Probably end up changing that, and maybe we'll move the bed and then put like a small storage area here for our food, because we're going to have lots and lots of food. But we're also, in my other world, I just built another house, or like a smaller building. And actually, I think it'd be kind of fun if we jumped over to my other world really quick, kind of give you an idea of the different building styles that I've gone for. We're out of wood, I believe. We're just out of the regular wood, so we're gonna have to go chop stuff down off camera. But yeah, I mean, we've got ourselves a nice little area here. We've got a little area for our workstations. We are gonna have to build a wall around this. That way we don't have too many problems. Our flooring is poking out of the wall there. And we're also gonna have to add like beams here. I'll probably alternate the beams. So we have the tall ones up top and then the short ones on the bottom, so it doesn't match up, it doesn't perfectly line up on those. But yeah, so then we've got the little roof vent there. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just a little starter home. It's a nice area for us to kind of get started and not have to worry about stuff. So let's jump over onto my other character and then into the other world. You don't have to switch characters, but I would rather swap over to the correct character, just in case I'm not actually home on this character. I don't remember where I logged out. Excuse me. And so we could like have some problems if I log in with and my home is not at the spawn. So we could have some problems there with my other character. I'm actually a little ways away. Oh, I got a tickle in my throat. Okay, yep, we're not home, but we are right next to one of our portals. Why are you not connected? Okay. I don't know. Oh, I know why. I remember why now. So this is how you swap your portals. You actually just open it up, you type in the tag of the thing that you want to teleport to, and then it teleports, and then when it connects, you walk through it, it teleports you to the last portal you set down with that name. So that's where like the issues run into where you can have like your character, you can strand yourself in or like not necessarily be stranded, but you can put yourself really far away from home because you can connect to a portal that was already connected to something else, and then you're just stuck. You just can't go home. So I actually need to build a portal at the house back at the home here that is I want to name it like home or probably something like that. That way there's always a portal that's never connected to anything except for when I swap things out. And you can see just like how big the worlds can be. Where are we at? I'm clear on the other side. But I mean, I've done a little bit of exploring here on in this world. Just a little bit. Not too much. There's still a lot to go, but there's just like there's so many cool things in this game. It's just so big that every world is randomly generated. So you have like a brand new world, a brand new experience every time you play. It also lets you look for like the perfect start, right? You can create a world and then go and see if you like the spawn. If you don't, do it again and just keep trying over and over again. Instead of doing what I've been doing is I just let it randomly generate a seed and then just play that seed and hope for the best. Okay, so yeah, I've got a few structures here. I've got a wall that goes all the way around. Heard a weird noise. Just realized it was my dog scratching against the wall. And so we've got this wall here. We've got our boat dock, which doesn't have a boat in it because it's back where our teleporter was. We do have a long boat, so we built this little boat house here. Keeps it out of the rain. And we also have this workbench here raised up so it doesn't take damage from mobs. And we got our fishing pole and stuff in here. And then over here, we've got our cart. We've got our storage area. And then we have our workroom. So we've got our, what is this? I don't remember what that's called. It is the spinning wheel. So we've got a spinning wheel here. And just like all the bonus stuff, this is just a regular forge, which apparently I turned around backwards. And a regular workbench with all the stuff for it. We've got our kilns, our smelters, our blast furnaces. Really cool stuff over here. We've got our windmill, and we've got got some pigs over here. These guys are cute little guys. This right here is the reason why I don't farm pigs in this game. Because I started breeding these, and then I realized you can come up and you can, yeah, the boar loves you. Okay, well, guess what? You guys, I'm going to protect you with my life. You are not going to die. Which it kind of sucks because the whole point of doing that is so that you can get just all the leather scraps you could ever want. But, well, we're going to protect them instead. We got our carrots, our turnips. You have to get the right amount of space for these. They have like a minimum amount of space for them to grow. Otherwise, they die off. So we just practice lets you do that. We got our, it's kind of like it's like a little dining hall here. So we can like sit down. We've got some tankards here on the table, just decoration. Well, we've got all of our food stuff in here. We've got some fermenter barrels, and then we can like sit down here and relax and cook stuff. And I don't know, I kind of get a little nerdy with this kind of stuff. And here are our portals. So this one is the one that I use to like go to different places. This one is connected to my tree farm, which we'll go to in just a second. And so I'm thinking I need to add a third one here, just name it home, and just make sure that I never have like other stuff named home. Unless I'm wrong on how it works. But then I have our house here, and I really like this design on the front of it. So it looks like kind of like an evil helmet. It's got like these eyes, and then these eyes on this item stand, they actually glow. So like at night, you're running up to your house, and you've got like the flickering firelight in the little eyes, and then you've got like the bright red eyes on those. It's pretty cool. I like it. We've got our lox fur right here. We've got wolf fur, deer hide. We've got ourselves our dragon chair, or no, this is a raven throne, right? I'm going to be building a dragon chair, or a dragon bed, I believe, at some point, which is in the furniture. It's a big bed. He's a big boy. So it's going to be going up there. I've got our old equipment up here. There's the trusty old flint spear with just like some old equipment. And then we've got our item storage down here for all of our old armor. At least the majority of our old armor. And then here's like the newest stuff. So this is the chest that I just dig into when if I die and need to grab some armor. This is the best armor I've got other than what I'm currently wearing. But then we've got a couple of items here. This is one of the ones that I really want to pick up for my other character. So you can't wear a helmet with you, but like when you're like in a crypt, or it's nighttime, this actually gives you a little bit of a light, so people on YouTube can actually see what's going on. It's kind of cool. It's a little headlamp. I don't like the color. I wish the color was better, but it's pretty cool. And then we've got our little wishbone here. If you equip the wishbone, it lets you find like buried treasures and silver veins and stuff. Actually, let's sleep really quick. You can see like the duration of our rested bonus compared to the other world. The other one, I think we had it up to like 11 minutes with a rested, with like a comfort level of 7. Got a comfort level of 16, and it lasts for 23 minutes, which is an entire day and into the night. So we just slept. We're going to have the rested bonus until the next night. Like, it's just incredibly useful. I've got all this wood here. I mean, this right here is literally like, I don't know, 1200 wood. It's a lot. And yeah, so I mean that's kind of it for this world. I've spent a lot of time on this world, but not really building stuff, more exploring and just kind of learning the game, and just kind of having fun. I've got these portals like scattered all over the place, and then this is the tree farm. So up here we plant the trees in a row along each of these shelves. So we've got 3 steps down. And we plant them in here, and then we also plant just a bunch of them in here. I think I go like 1, 2, 3, 4 rows deep, and then like 6 wide, or 7 wide, something like that. And then you just stand up at the top, you chop these trees down, they fall down, they deal damage to these other trees, and like the entire thing just starts collapsing. Like all the trees just start falling into each other. And actually, we can see some remnants up here of a tree that got chopped down that didn't quite go anywhere. But yeah, we've got like some of the best gear in the game right now. We've got our the wolf armor, which is really good. And then we're going to be, the next step up is padded armor, which we can probably actually make now, but I'll probably work on that. I'll definitely work on that off camera. This is not the public world. This is just me showing off kind of what I've done so far with the game, and you can kind of see what's possible. I really like the design of this building here. I like the design of my boathouse over here, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun today. I've had a lot of fun streaming today. We're now 2 hours and 20 minutes into the stream. Technically 225 if you count the 5-minute intro, but yeah, I mean this right here is kind of the idea that I'm thinking we'll do later on with the with those little islands. We'll actually like use some of this stone like this and raise it up. That way when the big waves come crashing over our stuff, it's not going to destroy everything. I've got a little dock here for a boat, for our carve, which is the first boat that we're going to build in the other world. But it is currently out in the middle of the ocean, right here, because the game crashed when I was in my longboat, and I woke up in my bed. So I had to grab my little boat and sail all the way out there to go grab my big boat. So my little boat's stuck out there until I either cheat and have it brought back, or I have somebody else log into the world and go with me to get it back. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel a lot to get like the like buttons and subscriptions and stuff. It helps promote the channel to a wider audience and lets YouTube know that people are finding my content useful and fun. So thanks so much for watching. Have yourselves